Hey everybody, it's Sandy and welcome back to my channel dedicated to helping you advocate for your own health one topic at a time. So guys, today I want to share with you a trick that I developed for how to determine whether you have dry eyes. So if you want to see that, just keep watching. So like a lot of people, I've suffered with dry eyes for a long time, and dry eye has many different causes. So even if you determine that in fact you have dry eye, there's no telling exactly how to address that until you understand the underlying cause. So I'm going to say my usual disclaimer, there's nothing that I say on this channel that should be deemed a substitute for the advice of your own practitioner. I'm not giving any individual medical advice on this channel, and certainly if you have dry eye or any other complaint about your eyes, then you need to see a qualified provider so that you can get to the bottom of it. This is just kind of a quick litmus test to determine whether in fact you do have dry eyes. So contrary to what a lot of people think, one of the symptoms of dry eye could be a lot of tearing. You think, well, my eyes aren't dry, I'm tearing constantly, I always have all these tears. I don't have that problem personally, but some people do, and very often the reason for that is because your body is trying to compensate and make more of those tears in order to wet the eye, which is dry. There's all kinds of issues. You can have hormonal issues. Autoimmune disease can be a source of dry eye. You can have meibomian gland dysfunction. So the meibomian glands are the little holes that you see on the rim, like what we call the waterline of the eye, both the upper and the lower. Those are actually little pores that secrete oil. So the lubrication on your eye is not only the tears, which are more watery and aqueous, but there's actually an oil layer that's supposed to be laid down on the eye itself, on top of where those tears would go, so that the tears don't evaporate. So some people feel like, I use these artificial tears, I just keep using them all day, and I just have to use them so often. Why can't my eye stay wet? Well, if you don't have that oily layer there, the aqueous tears are just evaporating, and that might be one of the reasons for your dry eye. So there are all kinds of complaints that people have. Scratchy, sandy feeling, a foreign body sensation. Now, all those things need to be worked up, especially if you have a sudden foreign body sensation, because that can be something else. But I'm just talking about a chronic, like irritated feeling, the feeling of your eye constantly tearing, a feeling like in the morning your eyes are really dry, like it's possible you don't sleep with your eyes all the way closed. There's just so many things. What I developed is sort of a quick litmus test just to see whether you have dry eyes. And I have shared this with plenty of friends and family that all used it and found that it was like really helpful. So what you do is you get some nighttime ointment. So this happens to be, whoops, I've got that upside down. This happens to be the brand Sustain, and it just says nighttime. I'm trying to get that to focus. There you go. And what they'll say is like nighttime ointment for dry eyes. It's nothing really medicated. It's just similar to eye drops, but it's in a thick sort of a petroleum base. And what you want to do is just before you go to bed, because your eyes will be blurry from this, okay? You're not going to want to have to get anything done after you put this in. But just before you go to bed, you're going to wash your face, do everything as normal. You're clean, you're all ready to go to bed. You're going to just gently retract that lower lid and try to put a little bit of this into that pocket. Try not to touch it, the dispenser to your eyelid, just because you want to keep this clean, but just try to put a little bit in that outer pocket. Now it's kind of like a thick gel and it will want to come out, and a lot of it will come out, but as long as you're going right to bed, you don't have to worry, because it will sort of melt with the heat of your skin, and a lot more will get in there than you realize. So it will be a little messy and it will be a little blurry. So do that on both eyes and go to sleep. And if you wake up in the morning, you'll have like a little bit of moisture, like that petroleum right around your eyes. But if you feel like 100% better than you felt in like years waking up, that tells you that you probably have dry eye. So then you still have to get it worked up. You still have to find out the reason for your dry eye. My personal journey has been long, but I have found that my dry eye stems from meibomian gland dysfunction. I was on Accutane years ago. I actually did 2 rounds of Accutane, which we know can cause that. We know that now. Accutane sort of shuts down a lot of the oil secreting pores and glands in your skin. Well, guess what these are? So my meibomian glands are not working like they used to, and what's supposed to be nice, light, and oily is kind of like a thick wax. So I do a few different things. This is only one of them. I also bought a product called Nulids, and that's Nulids, and I'm thinking about reviewing that on this channel. So let me know if anybody's interested in hearing more about the Nulids product. But there's a whole multitude of things to do. So let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if any of you suffer with this problem and what some of your tips and tricks are and what you found and learned, because this is sort of a journey. And then we can talk about doing some more episodes on dry eye in the future on this channel. So I hope this is helpful. And until next time, be well. Bye-bye.